Lee, how did you come to being diagnosed?
So when I was about 32 years old, I was at home watching my young son, and I was yelling at my 7-month old son about how he was holding me back from life and my goals and dreams and things like that. And my wife happened to come home during that argument. And when she came home, me and her got into an argument, of course, because I was yelling at a 6-month-old. And then on her way out the door, she said, "It's so hard living with a damn narcissist." And I was just like, I didn't know what narcissist was. I thought it was just some kind of egotistical person, somebody, just held themselves in high esteem. So I called her a narcissist on the way out the door, and she left. And then I looked it up, because I looked it up. I found out the traits and symptoms of it and things like that. And I was like, dang, because my entire life, I had always felt different. I always kind of felt like I was out of place in the world, just because I felt like an alien, pretty much, I felt like an alien in the world because my thoughts, I just felt like my thoughts clicked differently than other narcissists, than other human beings and other people. So I just thought I was different. I didn't have a word for it. When I discovered narcissistic personality disorder, it gave me a word or a term to describe how I felt, to describe my feelings and who I was and why I do the things that I do and why I feel the way that I feel about certain things and whatnot.
How can NPD be treated?
So me personally, I just do psychotherapy, which is talk therapy, because like I said, I talk a lot. My platform is talking 100%, so I do a lot of talking and things of that nature. So in therapy, all you do is talk, and she asks you the right questions. It's kind of like digging. It's kind of like taking a shovel and digging, but it's just, you just start digging by talking, and you kind of, the more you talk, the more the therapist can guide you to the answers to why you do the things that you do, can guide you to the answers as to why you feel the way that you feel. So I've spent 5 years talking to someone about this and being open and honest and vulnerable, because I can go to therapy. Anybody can go to therapy and talk to the therapist and lie and manipulate the therapist by giving them half truths and things like that. I go to therapy and I'm just telling them straight out what's going on in my mind, because when I tell them what's going on in my mind, it helps her. It helps her tell me what's going on. It helps me understand what I need to work on and what I need to process after that appointment, So it's really, for me, what's worked best is talk therapy. Just going in there and just talking it out and being open and honest and vulnerable, which a lot of narcissists see vulnerability as, as a form of weakness, pretty much.
Can narcissism be cured?
Just because I've been in therapy so long, I do feel like my control over my disorder has increased, but the disorder hasn't went away, My control has increased, but the disorder hasn't went away. The thoughts are still there. The thoughts are still there. I still have those same similar thoughts, but the control and my way of reacting is better. Instead, my way of responding to people is a lot better than what it used to be, because I used to just react to people immediately. I didn't let them finish talking. I would just jump down their throat. Now, through therapy and working on myself, I take what that person is saying, I listen to the person, and then I respond to the person as opposed to reacting to them. I still react sometimes. I'm not a perfect person by any means. I'm still going to react negatively or angrily sometimes when I shouldn't, but that's part of the process. I don't do it as much as I used to. I used to rage out and get angry a lot, but now I have I have long periods of peace when I'm doing this now. I can have peace while I'm, raging out and stuff like that. I can have peace when I'm speaking to people. So that's helped me out a lot on this, just on this journey of self-development, personal development.